Hi everyone, thanks for joining me. Today we're going to be talking about neuroplasticity and why it's such an important thing to learn about if you are a public speaker. Now, if you've seen any of my work, you'll know I've put 170 people on stage. I run a platform called Women of Truth, and I'm a clinical psychologist for 25 years, really fascinated by the brain science, and also how rhythm affects consciousness. That's how I got into it. So I learned in a very interesting way about this flow state and how to be in this exhilarated, ecstatic peak state of awareness while playing an instrument, and how this changes the consciousness of the brain. From that, I learned a lot about neuroplasticity. So today I'm going to talk to you about three important things you need to know about neuroplasticity. First of all, how you need to wire up new pathways in the brain when you're speaking to people. Secondly, how getting people into a very specific climax feeling moment is very important for you to have a true impact. And thirdly, how the way you start and end your speech makes you truly outstanding as a speaker. So there's a free webinar that's going to go deeper into all of this, and I will be very happy to share more information with you there. But for today, I want you to begin to think about the way you already do this and how these three tips can help you galvanize your impact as a public speaker. So first of all, let's look at neuroplasticity. This is an amazing new discovery that we can actually generate new cells, both in the brain, that also then fire off new kinds of processes in the rest of the body. So when we're able to learn a new skill, or when we increase the amount of dopamine in the brain, we actually are starting to create new kinds of brain activity. And this is very important when you're up at the podium speaking to people. You need to bring something new and original. I actually call it the UQ factor, the unique intelligence that you have and that you've developed over your career. Think about some insights you've had as a professional. Which one of those can you bring to the audience and explain why it's an aha moment for you? I'm all about aha moments. That's my brand, aha, because there is a special part of the brain that activates, fires off very specific processes. In a lot of yoga and a lot of meditation, people are talking a lot about this process. And as a public speaker, you have the chance to do that when you bring something new too. And you actually generate this aha moment for the audience, which is a classic moment of neuroplasticity, helping everybody's brain to develop new, interesting perspectives. The second point over here is this emotional climax. Many speakers go onto the podium and might have a monotone way of speaking. They might try and share from an emotional space, but often they might end up locked into one way of doing things. And this is where you need to work a little bit with an expert, consider a bit your approach, and maybe find a way to create a climax point, and to be very specific about how you do that. So the climax point is where you actually hit a nerve, let's say, or you activate a deeper feeling in your audience that they haven't felt with you since you started speaking, or even ever before. And that's a true, memorable, incredible speaker, is someone that can help us feel something we've never felt before. That's also an aha moment, but it's more in the body. It's more sensory experience. It's more visceral. So think, how can you do that when you're crafting your speeches? This is what will take you from being a public speaker to a paradigm shifter. Someone who shifts the paradigm of your own personal experience. The third important tip, which I want to leave with you today, is this very important sandwich technique. It's taught all over the world in Toastmasters, in many speaking platforms and bureaus. They also have versions of how to do this. But what I think has worked the most is to hear very clearly at the beginning of the speech who you are as a person through your personality and your warmth. I think that either requires you to kind of jump out your box a little, to sort of wake the audience up a little. Like, I've had speakers who've pretended to be someone else when they start their speech, and then they will build the speech and comment back about that person as an example of the kind of state of being that they are sort of improving or developing or had a breakthrough about, right? I've even had speakers who've come on with, a great joke. I've seen amazing speakers start to move through the audience and actually connect with all these people to get to the front of the stage. I've seen speakers actually come up with a prop or a gimmick or something at the front of the podium that gets us a little bit woke, a little bit activated, energized in some new and profound way. Think about that, because you'll need even to find a signature style of how you do that, so that when people see you coming up to the mic, they know, hey, you're the one that's going to do this new fantastic thing, or this very classic thing that you always do. It's really worth the time to give you that USP and that really special moment with your audience. And the same for the end. What's going to be the way that you close your speeches? Do you want to have a different change every time you do this? Or are you going to have a signature style where you leave people with a very specific question? Or maybe it's a quote, or maybe you can find something even more original than that. Maybe it's a piece of music that then sets the tone in terms of what you've just said, or a quote from a song. I like that as a new, interesting one for you to build into your speeches. If you like this video and you'd like to see more, come to the webinars. We are very excited to meet and greet new people, new speakers, both people that are wanting to be speakers and established speakers, because I'm always interested to connect you to my media partners. I have great collaborations with people all over the world, and I can't use them all just for me. The point is to be able to elevate all these amazing people that want to make a difference in the world. If you've seen other videos and you'd like to know more about any of the services I do, head on over to the website. It's www.helenaha.com, and I can answer any of your questions through the contact list there. And if you'd like to comment below this video, you might even have a chance to win one of my bonus slots on one of my next events in Dubai, Cyprus, or online. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Take care. Bye.